Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Monday, November 22nd, 2:48 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Finally, the weekend is over. It was an all right trading weekend, but not that great. It's over. The week has started. We can all get back to productivity and massive gains. Anyway, BitcoinDailyView.com, as always, got stuff that I mentioned here, there. Check it out if you have interest in any of the indicators I use, etc. It's all there, and affiliate links that I like, etc. So checking it out. Bitcoin coming in at an astounding 55,978 right now. Dominance at 43%. In general, we got a very, very bloody red market this morning, but I'm kind of digging it. It's okay. I'm not exactly really happy with some of where my some alt trades are right now, but I am happy with how my EGLD alt trade is doing. So let's check it out. The market kind of, some would say, is sort of shitty, but for the crypto market and Bitcoin dump connoisseur, it's just looking spiffy. This is going to be a good Monday. Check it out. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly, 5,362,000,000. That's all we need for an uptrend. If we're above 3 billion, we're doing well. We are far more likely to pump than to dump. So we're at 5 billion. I like it. 5.6 billion. I'm sorry, 5.4 billion if we round it up. Almost 3 billion of that on Binance, and Coinbase just under a billion. Bitfinex, where people get wrecked, it's 606 million. Kraken 351 million. Even my little Bittrex is showing up a little bit low. I like to see it above 25 billion. It's at 19 billion. Anyway, Gemini doing well, 82 million. It's not bad. I mean, volume-wise for Bitcoin explicitly, 5.4 billion is doing okay. Not a bad place to be. More likely to trend up than trend down if we are above 3 billion in trading volume for Bitcoin explicitly. Okay, so we dumped. We got good trading volume. We're working our way back up. We'll check it out. Binance, where that sweet volume is, we got 31 billion in spot trading. All spot pairs on Binance last 24 hours coming in at 31 billion. Not bad, up 45%. Also, in the last 24 hours, you can see the 7-day graph is trending up. So we're starting this week. I like to see, it's kind of like this. 30 billion, you're doing okay. You're more likely to up than down in the market, especially if you have 45% increase in trading volume over the last 24 hours. So 30 billion plus is okay. I'd rather see 50, but still 30 will do. So we're starting with we're starting the week with good Bitcoin trading volume, good spot trading volume. I'll take it. Derivatives. Let's see what's going on there. I'd like to see it above 75 billion. It's at 88 billion, and it's up 46% on 24 hours also. So we definitely are seeing an increase in exchange volume. I'm liking it. I got to look at spot again and check out Coinbase. 6 billion, not bad. Definitely showing up. So we're seeing, in my opinion, good enough retail trading volume for an upwards market as this week gets started. Looking at Bitcoin longs versus shorts on Binance, 80% long, 19% short. That is an astounding long bias. And then for Ethereum, 74% long, 25% short. Definitely a long bias. So what are people doing? They're buying right now. I mean, I don't need the market to go up or down. I'll play it either way, but I'm feeling pretty good this morning as far as a nice week setting up. Okay, Bitcoin on the 45-minute chart. I think, could we be here on the 45-minute chart if we look at this? See, I kind of like charts like this. I know, I mean, people are like, what, you like this? Here's the thing. So it's a 45-minute chart, and we definitely lost the 200 moving average kind of back on the 12th of November. We challenged it again on the 14th of November. We really haven't been able to get above it. We did challenge it again on the 21st of November. But see, when you see this happen, when you get these beautiful, rough, aggressive, downtrends like this, and you can't get above that 200 moving average. See, this is the thing. Bitcoin started dumping at around, 60, 10th of November. It started dumping at about 69,000. Jeez. And then of course it started going dump again around 65,000. Another good dump at around 60,000. Couldn't hold it. So anyway, it's fine. It's given a lot back. I mean, no one likes seeing that. We'd rather just make gains and make gains and make gains. Believe me, I understand. But this is not too tragic. I mean, it's all right. And if we look right here, I'm kind of seeing a double bottom. And we've given a lot back. We have not been able to get above that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart here. We've got a lot of data in here, a lot of time that we're looking at. We had our run up. We came, and it's been kind of fighting to get above. But let's see what happens. I'm going to call this, I'm not much of a pattern person. I just kind of look at, are we above this moving average or below it? I'm kind of a moving average trader. Most of my methodology is right there. But that looks like quite a double bottom. Close enough to me. Those do tend to be pretty positive. Bitcoin's given a lot back. I mean, I just do not think this bullish cycle is over. Fine. Don't worry. I think we're going to see some serious Lambo type pumps off this moving average. If we can just challenge the 200 and stay above it, a pump off this double bottom. Let's see what happens. Let's look at a 4-hour chart with the same setup here. 4-hour chart's a little bit different if you look at it that way. Oh, and in a way, actually, you know what? Let's look at this for fun. You can see that double bottom there. Looking at a 4-hour chart, if we want to, if we want to be let's be a little bit adventurous here with a 4-hour chart. Let's do this. Do a fib retracement off way back here and check it out. Bam. Not bad. This in general is sticking to the fib levels. I like it. Good enough. And, really, we're looking at a 0.5 bounce. A double bottom, it doesn't have to always be exactly on the fib line. And if you really get to be a fib master, which I am not, people will have all kinds of extra levels in here that they do look at. And oftentimes you will find the shrewd trader will be putting their buys in at fib levels that aren't just the traditional ones that we're seeing right here. Like I do like the 618 pocket. Between the 618 and the 0.65 tends to be a sweet bounce spot. So even if we went to there, which I don't really want to do, it would be like 51 or 52,000. It'd still be a respectable bounce after all these gains. And you know what? If you kind of do like this, I know I'm kind of maybe breaking the rules here, but check this out. What if you went down to here? Where would that leave you? Never mind. It's good. So beautiful chart. I like it. If anyone knows of a fib level, I could say I should say of a template with more of the fib levels in it that some traders do use. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a level right above the 0.5, like about where this double bottom is, where traders actually hop in and put their buys. Also, though, look at this 4-hour chart. Here's the RSI cave. You can see the top of it here, and you can see the bottom of it here. We're not breaking through it, so we're not really free fall dumping. So anyway, like I say, I don't need Bitcoin to do anything in particular. Fine, whatever it wants to do, it wants to do. But to me, we've given a lot back, and it does appear that maybe we're going to see a 0.5. If we just zoom out a bit, going to see kind of a 0.5 bounce, maybe before it. It looks like a double bottom setting up to me. Let's see what happens. I'll be watching the 45-minute chart also. For this to take place. Definitely if we can get a 200 moving average bounce, a break above here on the 45-minute chart, I think that's definitely going to be a positive thing. So watch for that. Let me nix some of this stuff here. We know we're near that. We know we're near the 0.5 fib line, of course. We're not breaking below the RSI cave, so all is not really lost. Let's just look at this a little bit closer. How much percent do we need to, in my opinion, kind of break the current downtrend? And I think, let me do the little forecast tool here. Forecast from where we're sitting to get to above the 200 moving average and start to kind of range between the 200 and the 314. It's only a 4% little pump. So just watch for that. And you know what I would do really? In fact, I'm going to do it right here, live on the air. I'm going to do it. I would say let's do BTC crossing value Of course, just whatever you call the 200 moving average. Mine's really weird. It's stuck in this thing here. But the 200 moving average. Watch for a cross. And I'm just going to say boom. And I'm just going to say min chart 200 MA 200 MA Lambo mode activated. Boom. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to watch for that. I'm going to work on some projects here in the garage and just kind of watch for that, because when that happens, I think we're going to see definitely an upwards trend starting in the market. Okay, with that said, boom, Ethereum. Kind of doing what Bitcoin is doing. It might be recovering a little bit quicker. I like what I'm seeing. And also one thing I wanted to take a look at for this, I wanted to look at the 45-minute chart's looking good. Something I do like seeing is that the stochastic RSI is showing oversold, and I like it. That's a good thing. I looked at the 1 hour version of this too. It looks about the same, so we're good. I like what I'm seeing there. And we're on Saturday by Lazy Bears, looking good. Anyway, let's just see what happens. I mean, I don't really care what it does up or down. I'm kind of ready to play things either way, because some alts pump when Bitcoin dumps, and we're going to look at that too real quick. Try to keep things moving. All right, with that said, Ethereum versus BTC. I'm sorry, Ethereum versus USDT, doing about the same damn thing. Slightly stronger indicators, in my opinion. Ethereum's going to do what Bitcoin's going to do, so I'm not seeing any real variance there. Looking at Shiba Inu versus USDT, everybody loves it. You know what? If we look at this thing, let's go to a 4-hour chart. Let's look at just it. It looks a lot like Bitcoin, doesn't it? A little bit different, though, because you could kind of do a fib level starting here or a fib level starting here. I'm kind of liking how it's working when I start it back here. And if I look at it, what is Shiba Inu doing? You know, it's on the 4-hour chart. It's below the 200 moving average, but it's staying above the 314 moving average. Maybe we'll see a bounce there and some ranging. It did get below the 314 moving average. It's not below the stochastic RSI, the RSI cave. Could it go to the 618 before it bounces? I don't quite think it has that much flaccidity in it right now. Let's look at it like this. Next that. If we do look at the 45-minute chart for more immediate price action, it kind of like Bitcoin, all it needs is a slight little burst. I hate that indicator. It only needs the slight little burst to get above the moving average and get healthy, about 7%, which is not that big of a deal for such a volatile little alt. Indicators are turning up, definitely in the red. Directional indexes in the red, etc. like that. Squeeze indicators in the red, but let's see what happens. It's definitely dumping with Bitcoin and everything else is, but it hasn't gone below the RSI cave. It ain't too jacked up yet. SHIB versus USDT right now. I'm not going to get into it, but as far as it's not a buy zone for me right now, but I'm watching it for, like I say, it's if we look at it, if we zoom out, it has given a lot back. And this is not a bad spot to bounce. Definitely, we're playing with. If you look at it like that, boom, like where it's at right now, you can kind of see it's playing with, previous support resistance that has existed in the chart before. So, how'd that happen? Good. Anyway, screw it. You know what I meant. So, with that said, Crow versus USDT. See, here's the thing. Even if Bitcoin is even if Bitcoin is really blowing chunks and the market's not that great, something's always making money. Crow versus USDT. Look at that, looking wonderful. It's in the middle of its RSI cave. It's turning up. The directional index is in the green. ADX is right about 19. 20 is good enough for me. 22, 23 is definitely getting in that buy zone. The squeeze index shows it's going up. KRI is in the green. Stochastic RSI is turned up. It's sweet in the buy zone. Waiting on later by Lazy Bear is looking good. I mean, boom. This will probably continue up. I mean, if you could, boom, you could kind of, can I do this here? Can I get a channel rolling? Yeah, I can. Look at that. Boom. It is in an upwards channel. Right now, it's challenging that heartbeat of the upwards channel. It's probably going to continue up. Crow versus USDT, looking dang spiffy. It really, really is. And Crow versus BTC, probably looking about the same. Do you want to see it? Crow versus BTC. Crow, BTC. Oh, they have that on Bittrex and Qcoin. I like both those exchanges. How's this looking? Oh, look at that. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Good enough. Come on, let's get all these indicators rolling. Crow versus BTC. Yeah, I don't know why my cool little indicators aren't coming up here. Anyway, Crow versus BTC. Sweet. I mean, this is definitely a playable chart too. Sorry, my indicators aren't working. Come on, work, damn you, work, work, work. They just don't want to. Why not? Why not? What's not turned on here? Bam. See if that come up now. I don't know why. Anyway, sorry about that. They just don't want to work. But Crow versus BTC looking really, really spiffy. Let me just do a quick channel here since I did it before. You know, bonk, bonk. Look at that. You know, it's upward. Anyway, it's good. It's good. I like it. Yeah, this is sweet. Maybe a little bit too high for me to get into right now, but overall, I'm kind of liking it. Crow versus BTC may be a play also. Sol versus USDT. This thing's been doing quite well. Something I like about what I'm seeing here with Sol is that, as you can see, it's been on a downtrend. Definitely giving a lot back. It's trying to challenge that. It's riding between the 200 and the 314 after a recent break above both. Indicators are slowly, they're kind of turning up here. So this is definitely a spot I like to get into. It's given a lot back. We're seeing a pretty nice 200 moving average bounce. Let's just see what happens. You know, it had a beautiful break above. It gave it all back. And now it's just ranging between the 200 and 314 moving average. Kind of sloppily, though, but it is making a 200 moving average bounce. I'm going to watch it for a break above that 314 moving average with indicators that are looking powerful. Watch that squeeze indicator start to crank up a little bit. KRI getting the green. These indicators, the Stochastic RSI and Wave Translated by Lazy Bear are looking okay. Sol versus USDT might be a play as we roll into this week. I mean, not every alt just blows chunks when Bitcoin blows chunks, basically. Looking at the 4-hour chart for Sol versus USDT, been riding this 400 moving average for 200 moving average, broke below it. The 314 bounce is right in the middle here. On the 4-hour chart of the RSI cave. It did lose the 200 moving average, but it's working to get above it again. You know, Sol versus USDT, definitely somebody that could start moving as this week progresses. We could look at Sol versus BTC here on Binance. See how that rocks. Sol versus BTC looking strong. Look at that. Indicators, take them for what they're worth. ADX is a little low, but directional index is in the green. Squeeze indicators showing some nice upwards momentum. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI is good. Wave Translated by Lazy Bird is looking good on the 4-hour chart. Bam! Look at that. So definitely have a beautiful. It's beautifully above the 200 moving average. As you can see, it made a bounce back here on the 18th of November, and it's doing really, really well. It's not too close to the top of the RSI cave. It's looking wonderful on the 4-hour chart. Looking at a 45-minute chart. Wow, it may just be getting started. Nice break above that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. It pumped, got above got too far above the RSI cave, came back down to the middle. Wow, you know, I'm not super enthusiastic, but do look. I mean, this is nice. This is definitely an alt that's not just blowing chunks because Bitcoin is. So it's always have your alts you'd like to watch for when Bitcoin's not doing well. Right now, Sol versus BTC, it's strong as darn. You know, I might even, damn, you know what? I may have to like, you know, it's a little bit nutty. I'd like to see, I'm going to watch for the directional index to get a little bit stronger here and the ADX to get above 20 and the squeeze indicator to start, well, squeezing harder where it fires off its little white golf balls there. ADX is looking wonderful. It's got scar size moving up. Let's see what happens. Anyway, sorry, I know I'm kind of babbling, but, you know, this not quite ready to get into this. You know, I don't quite need profit that badly to this is a little bit risky. Like I say, I want to watch this ADX start to, like I say, if you look back here, you can see when that ADX got high, like above 20, and the directional index was really, really pushing. The squeeze indicator was pushing. KRI was pushing. You can see the indicators kind of showed you this was ramping up. So I would just say, watch for this ADX to turn up here on the Sol versus BTC 45-minute chart. Also, watch for that to happen on the Sol versus USDT chart. Yeah, we definitely could be seeing another run for Sol versus USDT, maybe Sol versus BTC, however you want to trade that. I'm watching this one. It's got some sparkiness to it. Poly versus USDT. Check it out. I mean, if you look back here recently, 20th November, it broke above the 200 moving average, kind of held that for a while. It just dumped. But think about it, even with Bitcoin's volatility, it's only just kind of nudged below the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average and the 314 are pretty tight. It's gotten down to the bottom of the RSI cave, but it has not gone below it. The actual index is in the green, but I would watch this guy to I would watch Poly to turn up. It's got a lot of things going for it. A lot of things are using this chain right now, kind of like Solana. These definitely are. This is definitely our tokens, utilities that are being used. I definitely would watch this guy for a bounce of the 200 moving average. So I'm definitely watching Sol versus USDT, Sol versus BTC, and then Poly versus USDT, and probably Poly versus BTC is looking pretty good too. But what I'm really watching today is this EGLD. Algo ran, whatever they call it, EGLD. This is a 4-hour, 45-minute chart. You have this beautiful upwards channel that we've been rocking for a while. I could draw this channel even further back almost, but here we go. It's beautiful, beautiful upwards channel. It's looking good. It made a wick bounce off the bottom recently. It's moving up. Directional index has been in the green, beautiful uptrend. It's right now, as you can see, it's beginning to trend up again. Watch for the tangent of this ADX to turn positive. It's in the right spot. Watch for the squeeze indicator to begin climbing up once again. KRI is in the right spot. Stochastic RSI is going, yep, definitely in the buy zone. Even the wage on oscillator by Lazy Bear, which is definitely a harsh but fair and true indicator, is showing we're in a sweet spot. If I want to zoom out to a 4-hour chart, let's see how this looks. 4-hour chart, it's looking beautiful too. You could almost push, like I say, you could almost push this upwards channel a little bit harder. You could almost stretch it a little bit further down. But here on the 4-hour chart, ADX is still going up. Directional index is kind of chilling a little bit, and that's fine. The squeeze indicator definitely still showing upwards momentum. Maybe we're a little bit overextended. I don't know. Hard to tell. But KRI is still cranking up. Wait on oscillator by Lazy Bear does definitely show that we need to cool off a little bit, and we're way overbought right now. So on the 4-hour chart, we're showing some maybe we're chilling there, but on the 45-minute chart, it definitely shows that we could ride back to the top of this channel. So it's all about how you want to play it. I'm going to watch for a little bit more sparkiness here on the 45-minute chart, and I might do kind of a daily scalp and just ride this back to the top of the channel and then sell it, All right. With that said, the market kind of rough this morning. What I'm really going to do is just do some utilities. I got to return some things to Home Depot. I'm working on making a little raised herb box for outside. It's winter here in Arizona, which means that plants and life can exist outdoors. Our growing season is actually the winter, unlike most of the world that probably has some kind of a sane climate. Anyway, with that said, it's a rough Monday, but I don't think it's really that awful. And actually, let's look at EGLD versus BTC, and EGLD versus BTC. Let's just look at that real quick on the 45-minute chart. I mean, that's pretty darn spiffy too. Let's try to get all the cool indicators if we can. Wow. Okay, so one more thing to look at here. It may be cooling a little bit, but I really think this thing might even be sparking up. So, EGLD versus BTC even looking pretty darn strong. Almost the top of the RSI cave. Not quite ready to get into this, but I don't know. I mean, if EGLD versus BTC, this thing has been moving. I don't necessarily, these indicators, I'm just going to watch for, I might even just hop into some EGLD versus BTC, do a little bit of a Hail Mary crazy ass trade today. This thing does look like it's got some upwards it definitely looks more sparky than not sparky, even though it's been kind of right. You look at it's been kind of riding the top of the RSI cave. It's sidewaysing out a little bit, but these indicators are still so damn strong. Sometimes shit just runs, Anyway, with that said, This is Craig, Bitcoin Daily View. Thank you, Bitcoin truth seekers, for your optimism in humanity and owning some Bitcoin Satoshis. I hope that you do. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. We're starting a deep red Monday, but we got some things starting to move. I mean, definitely Mana's moving. EGLD's moving. Mana. Let's do a quick look before we go at Mana. Mana has been... Oh yes, and you know what? 60% off, 4 days. Don't forget Black Friday sale over at TradingView. Definitely, it's important stuff here. But where's my stuff? I want stop it. I want to chart something. Mana versus USD. Yeah, USDT on Binance. Check it out. Oh, nice chart. So Mana versus USDT here on Binance. It's on many other exchanges too. We broke below the 2-moving average, hit a 314. Now we're moving up. Indicators. I mean, this is actually pretty darn nice looking. I wait to see the ADX get a little bit higher. About like when it starts to hit 20. If we see a nice upwards momentum on the squeeze indicator. And directional index is continuing in the green. ADX is in the green. If the stochastic RSI begins to turn up, it will probably go down here into the over bought level. Looks like the directional index. No, I'm sorry. The wave channel studied by Lazy Bear needs to chill a little bit too, but definitely strong chart. Once again, let's see. Maybe it's given a little bit back. If we were to crazy ass fib this. Let's just try to grab a good spot. I'm going to grab here. Okay. I'm going to run a fib on this thing. And where are we at? The .382 was right there on the 200 moving average. That's where we saw a nice bounce. We're moving up. Now we're challenging the 236. I kind of don't like to get into things between the 236 and the previous high. It's just kind of a zone that doesn't tend to work. But I'm going to watch this one. If we do start to get some strength, Mana versus USDT could definitely be a play. How about Mana versus BTC? You can play Mana versus BTC on Coinbase. Well, I'll look at Binance because that's where the volume is. But Mana versus BTC, look at, what a sweet ass chart. Okay, so ADX is right there at 25 where you really want it. Directional index is in the green. The squeeze indicator is showing some strong upwards momentum. Notice the white golf balls of power. And with that said, KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI and wave channel studied by Lazy Bear show maybe a bit of sideways before we continue back up. We are ultimately at the top of the RSI cave right there, but we are moving up. This is definitely an uptrend. Versus BTC. Right now, the world's just kind of crazy. The most I might do is like, I might just do maybe a little EGLD versus BTC. I'm sorry, versus USDT. If I trade anything in the next hour or so, I might watch for EGLD versus USDT to continue up. Its indicators look pretty strong. I might make this play, but remember, don't try too hard. Definitely, we're coming off a weekend with terrible volatility. Bitcoin definitely needing to find its inner power. Do a couple percent candle, which you definitely could do. Looks like it's going to here in the 45-minute chart, more likely to than not. So, and that's going to set the market. That's going to cause even more volatility in the alt market. So today, if I do anything, a little bit of ELG versus USDT, I might hop in that. Other than that, I'm just not going to try too hard. I think this week is still going to set up to be pretty positive. Let's just see if we can get Bitcoin to get back on the proper side of the 45-minute 200 moving average. And I think that it will. I got an alert set. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. That's a beautiful thing.